Vande Vrindavanacharam, Pallavijana Vallabham, Jayanti Sambhavam Dhama, Vaijayanti Vibhushanam. Okay, finished with the 76th shloka. Tasmai Vijñāpayāmāsuhu Viditārthāya Nākinaha Nihata Shesha Daityāya Nidanam Swagatev Punaha Swa Agatehe Nidanam Nihita Ashesha Daityāya Tasmai Bhagavate Vijñāpayāmāsuhu. Okay, they informed Bhagavan about why they had come there. So from the next shloka, we have their speech, the Deva's speech here. Te ime kshatriya bhutva kshobhayanti kshamam imam tava tejasi yairnatha danujaihi shalabhayitam. Natha, he Natha, tava tejasi yaihi danujaihi shalabhayitam te kshatriyaha bhutva imam kshamam kshobhayanti. Kshama iti bhumihi. So what is the first sentence itself, they are telling their problem, why they have come here. So te ime kshatriyaha bhutva. Those people have become kshatriyas now, and kramam imam kshamam, this bhumi, kshobhayanti. They are trying to agitate this bhumi, or kshobhayanti iti. They are torturing this bhumi constantly. Who are those people? Tava tejasi yaihi danujaihi shalabhayitam. So in your this thing, you are so luminous, that is your prakasham, your tejas, your valor was extreme, that all of these rakshasas, asuras, danujaha, danu iti, one of the asura kula mata sa. So danujaha is those who were born to danu. Daityaha are Diti's children, danuja or Danava are Danu's children. So here you can just in general take it as Rakshasaha or Asuraha. So those Asuras who were completely turned into moths, or they were destroyed like moths in your valor. So Tejas is a representative of Agni also, just as how moths are attracted towards the Agni, fire, and they are completely destroyed in that fire. In the same way here also, the Asuras wanted to come and fight with you, and they voluntarily came and fought with you, and they got destroyed in the process. So Danujaihi, Taihi Danujaihi Shalabhayitam, Shalabhavat Acharitam. So Danujaha Shalabhayante. Those this is an amadhatu here, where there is a pratyaya called kyang which gets in, and because of that you can make a dhatu here, and the tapratyaya is added because it is a tapratyaya, it is in bhave prayogam. So dhanujaihi shalabhayitam shalabhavat acharitam. So they acted like moth. So there is an upama alankara within this samasta padam itself. Okay, so we'll go over the pratipadartha. The alankara is explained here. Someone wants to start?
In the mothக்கு நீங்க வந்து அந்த பதங்கன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, அதுவா?
அதேதான், பதங்க தான் இங்கேயும். ஷலபங்கிறதும் ஒரு அர்த்தம் தான். விட்டில் பூச்சிம்போம் தமிழ்ல.
Because it came in the Viveka Chudamani also. அந்த
பதங்க பிருங்க மீன அதனே அதுதான். சப்தாதிபி பஞ்சபிரபி பஞ்ச பஞ்சத்துவம் ஆப்புகு அப்படிங்கிற ஸ்லோகத்துல வரும். நீங்களே படிச்சுடுங்களே லதா. நாத ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்க.
அன்வயः
प्रतिपदार्थत्वे
प्रतिपदार्थः. नाथ हे प्रभो तव ते तेजसि प्रतापरूपाग्नौ. Prataparupagnau.
Rupa here means the Agni which is in the form of Pratapa. Valor.
Yaihi danujaihi yaihi rakshasaihi. Shalabhayitam shalabhavatacharitam.
Shalabhavat, shalabha iva, shalabhavat, like a shalabha.
Okay. Te ime te rakshasaha kshatriyaha bhutva rajanaha bhutva
That is,
Ima,
those asuras who were destroyed by you now have taken on the avatar of Kshatriyas in the Bhumi, and they are torturing this Bhumi.
imam kshamam enam bhumim shobhayanti bhadayanti. Okay.
They are badham kurvanti.
कुर्वन्ति भावः हे प्रभो हे राक्षसाः पूर्वं तव प्रतापाग्नौ शलभा इव दग्धाः ते एव इदानीं राजानः भूत्वा पुनः भूमिं शोभयन्ति.
So those Rakshasas Purvam who were dagdhaha, who were burnt like moths in your valor, which is like fire, they again, they themselves, idanim, now, Rajanaha Bhutva, they have become kings, and Punaha Bhumim Shobhayanti, they trouble this earth again. So Alankara here is Shalabhaiva Acharitam, Shalabhayitam iti Upamalankaraha. When you read Kuvalayananda in the next for Samartha, you will read this as one of the Luptopama. Okay. Where the Samana Dharma is not given here. Okay. Tejas Shabda.
If you had to say the whole samasa, then you would say
whole samasana?
Lupta is Samana Dharma is not mentioned, right? So if you were to say the whole thing, then the upamanam is the
Shalabha.
Shalabha. The upameyam is the rakshasa.
Yes.
And the samana dharma would be being burnt.
Yes.
Patanam
Right. So
Patanam atava the nashaha.
Dahanam. Right?
Dahanam is also correct. Yes, Dahanam should be there. It is not given there.
But in the Sloka, he only says
Shalabhayitam.
Shalabhayitam, he says. So he's Shalabhaihi eva dagdaha itina uktam. So that part is left out. So okay.
Yes.
So by saying Shalabhayitam, it's understood, and so that's why it's Lupta Upama.
Yes. Tejas Shabdi.
Pīdayitum?
Purila, enna?
Illa, I mean, for
adu vendame, illa. The moths do not trouble anybody.
Yeah,
that is not your common quality between the moth and the Rakshasas. Yeah. So it is only being destroyed.
Previously, he had mentioned that Ashesha Hata, right? In the previous shloka. Ashesha Nishesha Hatava.
Nihata Ashesha Daityaya.
So now he's making a connection to that very same thing. And he also mentioned Tejas previously, because he compares Viṣṇu to a sun that never sets. So right. Tejas has also been mentioned before. So he's kind of drawing upon all those, and he's giving it over here.
Yeah. And Tejas also, there is a Slesha there. So it becomes Pratapaha eva Agnihi. Tejaha eva Tejaha. That is an Atishayukti.
Okay, so the heat of the flame where the moths die, as compared to the valor of Viṣṇu, due to which the Rakshasas die. So the Slesha is between the valor of Viṣṇu and the heat of the flame. That's in the Upama.
Yes.
Right?
Upama venda. Upama, it is in Abheda Adhyavasanam. There is one is completely swallowed by the other. There is only one Tejas here.
Right, there's only one Tejas, but in the Upama, when we say the moths go into the flame,
helps.
It helps. So that's what I mean.
Correct. So Upama Alankaraha Angi, Atishayuktihi would be your Anga. So Ubayoho Sankaraha.
Kimartham Atishayuktihi iti?
Atishayukti is because Tejas Shabde Sleshena Pratapaha eva Agnihi iti Abheda Adhyavasanati Atishayukti.
Oh, Tasmat. Okay. Because of Abheda Adhyavasaya, we have done a Adhyavasaya of the valor and the heat of the flame. The valor of Viṣṇu and the flame of the fire where the moths fall. Okay, therefore it is Atishayukti. Yeah.
Atishayukti. And this helps Shalabhayitam.
Shalabhayitam.
So the Agni actually refers to the Vishnu's luster.
Yes, Tejas inge vandu, it is both Agni and Vishnu's power, valor.
Valor.
Okay.
Okay.
Mahodaya, can we also assume that we have like how we studied the Swabhavokti? So Swabhavena eva Shalabhaha Agno Patitva Nasham Prapnuvanti. Yeah, even the Rakshasas, they didn't stand still. They went and called Vishnu and called him to fight, like Madhukaitapa and all. I will give you a varam, like that. They all said.
No, तथा सर्वेषां दैत्यानां तु तत्र स्वभावः विष्णोः आह्वानं नास्ति.
So we can't do that as
no, there is no swabhavokti here, definitely not. Then all Rakshasas should be constantly calling Vishnu and he will constantly be in battle killing everybody.
Fighting.
Atha nasti.
Okay, some of them are like that and some are not like that.
Okay, so it one more time, madam. What is the angi?
So which is the pradhana alankaraha here? Usually sankaraha, you have to have an angangi bhava sankaraha. So what is the pradhanam here?
Homa is the pradhanam, I would say.
Exactly. Correct. So that is the angi alankaraha. And atishayokti helps the upama by saying that there is an agni wherein these moths come and fall.
And that agni is Vishnu's valor. Okay.
Valor. So it becomes a anga alankara.
So atishayokti anga upama angi. And you're saying it's Sankara because what is Sankara is like Tilatandulava. Another சொல்லுவாங்க
இல்ல திலதண்டுலம் இல்ல அது சம்சிருஷ்டி. Sankara is Nirakshiranyani.
Oh, Nirakshira where it's completely mixed together. You can't separate it out.
Yes. So that mixture can be of three types. Also, one is Angangi Bhava, the other is Sandeha Sankara. You can't determine which one is Anga, which one is Angi. Then there is something called Ekavachaka Anupravesha, which is a little complicated, wherein within one sentence itself you have the other alankara embedded inside it. So you can't actually pinpoint and say it is Anga Angi, but it is a embedding thing there.
So it is Sankara, which means a mixing, as opposed to Samsrishti, which means they are created side by side, like Tilaka.
Yes.
So here it is actually Anga Angi, which means they are mixed together because one is subordinate to the other. So it's mixed up. Okay. Makes sense.
Teime kshatriya bhutva.
Inga pratapa roopa gnonu போட்டதனால
அது மீனிங்ல கரெக்ட். ஆமா. Teime kshatriya bhutva kshobayanti kshamamimam tava tejasi eirnath danujaihi shalabhayitam.
So by saying Pratapag now in the Bhava, you make it clear that there is a Adhyavasana. And you're also saying what are the two things that are overlaid on top of each other? One is Pratapa and one is Agni. Okay, that's awesome.
Next polama. Chaturnam Purusharthanam Prasavo yat samashrayat havyakavya prasuresha diryate daitya bharataha. Daitya bharataha esha diryate because of the weight of the asuras. Here they clearly say that it is the asuras who have come down, right? So imagine the Kshatriyas who are actually incarnation of the asuras. So they must be much more powerful than normal bad people here. So Daitya Bharataha, because of the Rakshasanam Bharat, Esha Bhumihi Diryate, she is actually being split by that. Diryate Vidaranam Mityukte, it is like total splitting. But here you take it as just she is being troubled or tortured because of the weight of the Daityas. She who is Havyakavya Prasuhu, she is one who gives rise to Prasuhu. She is the progenitor, not exactly a progenitor here. That is, she is the Karanam for both Havyam and Kavyam. Havyam here is Deva Vishayaka Yage Yat Dravya Rupena Diyate Tad Dravyam tu Havyam Ityuchate. So any oblation that is put in a sacrificial fire, wherein that fire is meant for the Devas, then that oblation which you put in the fire is called a havyam. Kavyam is the annam that you put for pitris, for the ancestors. That is termed as kavyam. So havya and kavya, for the people to do either of those, they have to depend on Bhumi to provide the raw materials for creating this. So she is a person who gives birth, or she brings forth materials for both Havyam and Kavyam. Chaturnam Purusharthanam Yat Samashrayat Prasavaha. Yat Samashrayat. Yasyaha Samashrayat Chaturnam Purusharthanam Prasavaha Bhavati. Only because of Bhumi, the presence of Bhumi, and only when people who are born in this Bhumi can work towards the four Purusharthas. The four Purusharthas are Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. In other worlds, you don't have all four Purusharthas, which are the targets of people. These four are targets only for those who are in this Bhumi. So she, the bringing forth of the four Purusharthas itself is possible because of depending on Bhumi. So yat samashrayat, by depending on whom, there is the utpatti, prasavaha, there is the creation of the four Purusharthas. Chaturnam Purusharthanam prasavaha yasyaha samashrayat bhavati. Esha sa Havya Kavya Prasuhu, that is, they are coming to the crux of the problem. What is the issue if there are Rakshasas in the Bhumi now? Or these Asuras have been born as Kshatriyas in the Bhumi? Why do the Devas have to worry about it? What is the connection between the two of them? Both the Devas and the Pitras are going to suffer if Dharma is not established in the Bhumi. These Asuras are stopping people from performing yagas and performing Pitrakaryam, with which Havyam, and that Havya Kavyam is created by the Bhumi. If Bhumi is suffering, then they will not get the material from the Bhumi. In other words, they will not perform yagas, from which the Devas will not get their food. You realize how the whole thing is connected here. Yeah?
So the Yat Samashrayat, this Panchami, in the sense of the source or the origin, or the Karanam, you could say. So Bhumi is the Karanam for the Utpatti of the Purusharthas.
Yes.
And that is Dharmartha Moksha, which is basically the basis of society. And Bhumi is the Prasuhu of Havya and Kavya. Kavya meaning Pitrikarya, meaning the family unit is preserved, and if you do Kavyam, and Havya meaning, I think in Devakaryam, there's a lot of dana also which happens. So there is, I read it as service to the society as well is involved.
Yeah, you have rain because of that.
We have rain. There's also a concept of dakshina at the end of the yajna, where a lot of dhanam is given, right?
Yes.
Which is society service. So yes. I think in both aspects, the family unit is broken and society itself is broken when you have too many daityas. Right?
Yeah.
So when I said when you said Daitya Bharata, I thought today Bharata has become Daitya Bharata.
அது வேற இங்க தசல் பிரத்யேகாஸ்து நல்லா இருக்கு கலியுகம் ஓகே பிரதிபதார்த்தம் படிக்கிறீங்களா நீங்க
பிரதிபதார்த்தः சதுர்ணாம் புருஷார்த்தானாம் नाम धर्मार्थ काम मोक्षाणां यत् समाश्रयात् यस्याः समाश्रयात्. So that is yat stands for shashti yasyaha samashrayanaat. Prasavaha yasyaha samashrayanaat prasavaha bhavati utpattihi bhavati. Kasya utpattihi kesham utpattihi dharmartha kama mokshanam utpattihi yasyaha samashrayanaat bhavati. Sa esha sa, that this bhumi from whom all these four things arise. Esha nama puratah vartamana. Oh, puratah vartamana bhumi. Okay, in the
bhumi purassaranam devanam ityeva purvam.
Oh, so bhumi has come with them. So basically she is in front of them. So Esha, they are referring to her, pointing to her and saying Esha puratah vartamana bhumihi havya kavya prasuhu bhumihi the havyasya nama devartasya annasya. So havyam nama devartha and devartam annam yat tadeva havyam. Okay, havyasya devartasya annasya.
देवाः एव प्रयोजनं देवार्थः देवानां प्रयोजनाय भवति अन्नं देवार्थः
एवं kavyasya nama isn't that word kavyam, can it also mean doesn't it also mean a cadaver, like a corpse sometimes?
Huh?
No,
not that I know of.
no.
Havya kavyam is a very
Havya kavyam I understand, but isn't there a word where
no
it
no
can, no? Okay,
पितृउद्देशेन दीयते यद् अन्नादिकं तदेव कव्यम् इति.
Okay. So kavyasya pitrartha annasya pitrarthannasya. Okay. Kavyasya cha dogdri meaning the one who dohanam karoti iti dogdri va.
One who prasavitri, one who, it's like bhumi is a gauhu, it's like a cow which gives milk.
So okay. So the dhatu is so the pratipadikam in Pumlinga would be dogdr rikaranta. Stri would be dogdri, right? Like kartri, like kartru where in Pum karta, and then
not only karta, it is also the karma here. It's a duhu, right? So there it can be both. Gauhu swayam dogdhi.
Yeah. Swayam dogdi, gam swayam dogdi. Yeah. That is, so it gives milk by itself. So it provides. So it's the provider.
Or gopalaha gam dogdhi tathapi vaktum shakyate.
पुनरुच्यताम्
न गोपालः गां दोग्धि अथवा गौः स्वयं दोग्धि.
एवम्. So it lets milk flow by itself, like in the picture of Arjuna drinking the milk and
ஒரு சிவலிங்கத்து மேல ஒரு மாடு ஒண்ணு
அப்படியே milk drip பண்ணும் and then கீழே வந்து who's drinking the milk
அது எனக்கு தெரியல. யூசுவலி ஒரு சிவலிங்கத்து மேல தானே போய் அது பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கும். தென் ராஜா discovers that சிவலிங்கம் and he does a pratishtha of that. There is one story like that.
I mean that's a unique concept to India, like the cow letting milk go of its own volition, right? So pitrarthannasya cha dogdri bhumihi esha bhumihi daitya bharatah. This is the tasil pratyaya, which is in the meaning of panchami, due to the bhara of daityas, rakshasa bharat. So like grihatah ramah grihatah agacchati. So daitya bharatah, because of the bhara of the burden of the daityas, rakshasa bharat diryate. This is in passive voice. I think it's a dirgha karanta, I think.
Dhrunati ila and then dir.
Aspava dirghan நினைக்கிறேன். Diryate. And
I think it is Dhrunati.
And the dirgha gets substituted by e, right, in the Vyakarana.
Oh.
I think it's
dru.
long ru, right?
Yeah, long ru.
I thought it was bhava or karmani. Bhave.
Yeah, it is
bhave.
It is
bhavada.
Dru vidarane.
Right. Dru vidarane. So it's bhavada, but I was saying that the what do you call it? The dhatu is the
dirgharu karanta. Dhrunatiya illa இதுவான் தெரியல. தரதி இல்ல.
எப்படி வரும்?
dhrunati தான் correct. Dhrunati dhrunitah dhrunanti.
Can you show it, madam? Can you show it on the screen?
Yeah, sure.
So dirgharu, but it becomes dhrunati. Do you mind just clicking on that dhrunati once? I just want to see what happened to the dirgha.
Okay.
Dru plus lat, dru plus tip, dru plus shna.
Pwadinam hrasvaha.
Pwadinam hrasvaha. Okay. Dhrunati. Okay. Kriyadibhya.
I like this. அத கிளிக் பண்ணா அதோட இது வருது. வியுத்பத்தி.
Very useful.
ஆமா.
So Dhruna. So now in passive it is Diryate. Passive ஒரு நிமிஷம் காமிங்க மேடம்.
Passiveல பார்க்கலாம்.
அங்க அந்த drop downல இருக்கு. Dhiryate,
Rita idhatoho.
Ruta idhatoho, that sort of thing. Ruta idhatoho. Ruta idhatoho. So Rutaha dhatoho it bhavati, and then halicha dirgha. Okay. So Dhiryate is torn apart. The Esha Bhumihi Dhiryate. This Bhumi is torn apart or is being strained by the weight of the Daityas.
Okay.
Bhavaha. Yam ashritya purusharthotpattihi. Depending on whom the purusharthas arise. Yacha Havyakavya Prasavitri. Okay, now he's using the Prasavitru with Srilinga Prasavitri. Yacha Havyakavya Prasavitri. सा एव राक्षसभारात् इदानीं बाध्यते. So tadrishi bhumi. So that kind of mahati bhumi, the great goddess earth, who is doing all these great functions, she is being pained by these rakshasas. Yataha purusharthanam iyam ashraya bhuta ataha avashyam rakshaniya iti bhavaha. So that is hinted. So the reason for describing Bhumi in those terms is because she's doing such an important job and Vishnu has to protect her because Vishnu is the source of dharma. So that's hinted, but he doesn't say because she does this, you have to do this. He's not saying that explicitly, but he implies it. Visheshaha Bhumim ashritya yajnadayah dharmaha sampadaniyaha yajnadanushtanena. So Bhumi Mashtiti Yajna Dharma Sampadanya. So only on depending on Bhumi, the dharmas which like doing yajna, etc., have to be obtained. Yajna Dhanushthanena ihaloke paratracha arthakamau siddhyatah. So the obtaining artha and kama, whether it's in heaven or on this earth, can only be done by doing yajna, etc. Mokshopi vidyadvara. मोक्षः अपि विद्याद्वारा
तत्सापेक्षः.
So okay, so
यज्ञसापेक्षः.
Oh, yajna-sapekshah. So
first,
moksha
even for moksha, you will have to first do all your karmas, right? And then only karma should automatically go away from you as you intensify your dharana dhyana samadhi. So vidya dvara.
So he means that as you do the yajnas, you get knowledge, I guess. Through knowledge you do the yajnas. Either way,
asmin janmani janmantareva, you have to have performed your karmas.
Karmas, okay. And that's how you can get knowledge, and through knowledge you get moksha. Astu.
Yeah.
Ataha purushartha chatushtayasya. Moksha api, okay. Purushartha chatushtayasya Kshiti
ashrayanena eva.
Kshiti ashrayanena eva. So in the samasta padam, you have kshiti and ashrayana. And then if you do sandhi, it becomes kshityashrayana. And then in tritiya equation, kshityashrayanena, by depending on earth alone, kshityashrayanena eva, purushartha chatushtayasya utpatihi. The four purusharthas can arise.
We don't need to say that moksha is dependent on yajnas, but it is dependent on bhumi in the sense that you can only reduce your papa punyam and work towards moksha on bhumi.
So tasyaha, so tat, the word tat in that refers to bhumi, not
yeah.
Okay. Really nice shloka.
Chaturnam purusharthanam prasavo yatsamashrayad havyakavya prasuresha dhiryate daitya bharatah.
Mhodaya, daitya bharatah ityatra that is a daityanam bharah iti shashti tat purusha samasah va.
Yes.
I mean, it's not bhara for the daityas, right? They are the one who is causing the bhara to bhumi.
Correct.
So it's not daityebhyah bharah.
No. Daityanam bharaha, daitya bharaha.
But it is confusing, right? Why it is daityanam
the weight
bharaha?
of them. Mama eva bharaha khalu. Oh, you are saying, okay. Appu solre bhumi bharam adu appadine.
Yeah.
This weight
It
of
is
the
not
dog.
felt by Daityas. They are not feeling any bharam. They are causing the bharam to Bhumi.
You are taking bhara as the weight felt by bhumi. You have to
Bhumi.
take it as literally the daitya standing on a weighing machine and that weight.
The weight belonging to the
பாரமா
Daitya.
இருக்க
They themselves
அப்படின்னு
are the weight here.
Oh,
When you say Krishnasya kritihi, right? Like that.
okay.
Their weight is causing problem for bhumi.
Bhumi. Okay.
புரியுதா?
Okay.
நீங்க வந்து எப்பவுமே ஐ திங்க் இன் யுவர் மைண்ட் தமிழ்ல நம்ம வந்து பூமிக்கு பாரமா இருக்கு, அப்ப பூமி தானே பாரத்தை தாங்கிறது. யூ ஆர் ரிலேட்டிங் தட் தேர். இல்ல, முதல்ல the weight belongs to the daityas.
குடும்ப பாரம் அப்படின்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க.
அப்படி இருந்தாலுமே the kudumba bharam is borne by somebody, so it is actually the weight that is felt by the nayaka. அந்த மாதிரி யோசிக்கிறா.
right? The kudumbasya bharam, right? Just like this daitya bharam.
இல்ல நம்ம யூசுவலா நம்ம அப்படிதானே சொல்லுவோம்,
கரெக்ட்,
burden to me அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா?
ஆமா. so we always relate that burden to who is causing it, இல்லாத who feels it க்கு அத வந்து we relate it. அப்படி இல்ல. okay, next one. jata nikhila vedanam uttamangopadhanatah tvatpada kamaladesha twadekadhina dharana. No, why she is suffering? Okay, so why should Vishnu take care of her? Nikhila vedanam uttamanga upadhanatah tvatpada kamalat jata esha. She was born from your feet, from your lotus feet. Tvatpada kamalat eva esha jata. Tvatpada kamalat esha jata. So tvad ekadhina dharana, her dharana, the bharana kriya that she does is also completely dependent on you. Tvad eka adhinam eva tasyaha dharana shaktihi asti. The sthiti karta iti karanat, and he is also he has created the bhumi and he is the sthiti karta here. So tvad eka adhina dharana, if she has to bear the weight of the devas, daityas, then that quality of being able to carry the weight, carry the burden itself depends on you supporting her. And nikhila vedanam uttamanga upadhanataha, your feet is the அது எப்படி சொல்றது, உபதானம்னா இங்க பிரதிபாத்தியம்னு சொல்றோம், பில்லோ தானே. ஆமா, it is resting on the Upanishads. Nikhila Vedanam Uttamangaha Upanishad Bhagaha. So Upanishad Bhagaha eva Upadhanam. And because that is, it's like Upanishad Bhaga is like a pillow for footstool for this the legs, the feet of Bhagavan. So his feet are resting on Upanishad. That is tatparyatvena tatraiva pratipadyamanatvat. Atra everybody, we know that his feet are the lakshyam through Upanishad. Okay.
Can we put the upadanam in the feet also, or it has to be only on the head?
ஏன் ஃபுட்ஸ்டூல்ல ஒரு குஷன் வைக்க மாட்டேலா?
Like that we can take. Okay.
அதான் டவுட் வருது பாரு உங்களுக்கு. சரி, படிங்க.
பிரதிபதார்த்தः निखिल वेदानां चतुर्णाम् उत्तमांग उपधानतः उत्तमांगानाम् उपनिषदाम् उपधानतः प्रतिपाद्यत्वेन समाश्रितात् त्वत्पादकमलात्.
प्रतिपाद्यत्वेन समाश्रितात् அப்படின்னா that is the feet is present in the Upanishads through the form that it is being revealed through the Upanishads.
त्वत्पादकमलात् तव पादपद्मात् जाता उत्पन्ना एषा भूमिः त्वदेक अधीनधारणा त्वदेक आयत्त भरणकृत्या.
Her bharanakritya, the fact, the work of bearing the burden of this entire world is there with her, and she is able to do it because she depends completely on Bhagavan. உங்களை நம்பிதான் அந்த வேலையே பண்றான்னு அர்த்தம்.
भावः यतः उपनिषद् प्रतिपाद्यात् पद्मात् उत्पन्ना इयं भूमिः अतः त्वदेक आयत्त भरणकृत्या इति भावः. So the Upanishads, the earth was born from the lotus foot, which is a pillow for the heads of the Vedas, and she is completely solely dependent on you. That's why it is like that. Okay. Her protection and her she's solely dependent upon Mahavishnu.
The ultimate portion of the Vedas, the essence of the Vedas, which is the Uttamanga, is the Upadhana, the footstool for Vishnu, right?
For the feet of Vishnu, yeah.
For the feet of Vishnu. As opposed to the head of the Vedas and sort of like the Uttamanga, meaning the best
also is the head of the body, right? Here, the head is the mukyam bhagam of the body.
The best, yeah.
Uttamanale, the best part of the body is usually the face, because it has most of the sense organs and the brain.
And I put face, Veda face in the best of the Vedas, which is the essence of the Vedas, is the Upanishad. Abdin solala. Face of the Vedas and
face of the Vedas and சொல்லக்கூடாது. உத்தமாங்கல the best part of the Vedas
சொன்னா நல்லா இருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
அவ face ன்னு சொன்னால
நான் அத நோட் பண்ணல. It is applicable to both Vedas, right?
தலைவர்ங்கற தலை.
Okay, sorry. I mean that the picture didn't go well in my head. That's what I was saying.
Best ன்னு எடுத்துக்கணும் அத. Uttamanga is always the best among the Vedas. So it is the Upanishad. So Vedanam Uttamanga Upadhanatva Rupanat. Vedanam Uttamanga Upadhanatva Rupanat. Rupakam tatra. So Vedanam tad ashrayana nivritta purushatva rupena gamyate. Vedas head அப்படின்னு சொல்றதுனால you think that the Vedas itself is like a Purusha format. அவ சொன்னது ரைட் தான் அந்த இடத்துல. அப்போ it's an ஏகதேச விவர்த்தி ரூபகம். It's not a complete rupakam wherein Vedaha eva Purushaha, Upanishadaha eva Uttamangam. It's not a complete rupakam there of all the parts, but there is just, it just says Vedanam Uttamanga Upadhanataha. Only the Upanishad part alone has the rupakam here. Okay. Abra Padakamalam.
So basically, he is taking it as a Veda Purusha. This is Apay Dikshita's picturization, na? The way there is this description.
Ama.
So then Apay Dikshita is basically saying, okay, you have the suggestion that you have a Veda Purusha here, and the Uttamanga is the head of the Veda Purusha, and so the Rupakam is being made where the head is becoming the footstool upon which Vishnu's feet rests.
Right? So Bhagavat Pada Kamalasya Vedanam Uttamanga Upadhanatva Rupanat Vedanam tad ashrayana nivritta purushatva rupanam gamyate. So the aropa of purushatvam on Vedas is only suggested.
Suggested by the word Uttamanga.
Yes.
Because it is at because it is at the feet of Vishnu, and it brings to rise the image of a bhakta bowing down to the feet of Vishnu. Okay. So,
and then Tvatpada Kamalam Ityatra Upama.
So and because it's only the head part which is an incomplete kind of picturization, that's why he's saying it's Ekadesha Vivarti.
Yes. Because the Purusha part at all is not at all mentioned here.
Only the head is mentioned.
Correct.
So therefore it's Ekadesha, like an Ekadesha Samasa. So Ekadesha Vivarti Rupaka.
So it is not like Luptopama, it is something, what is different here?
அது லுப்த ரூபகம்னு சொன்னோம்னா எப்படி இருக்கும் அந்த மாதிரி. But it's not. There is no concept of lupta rupakam here. But what we are trying to say is, see, one rupakam, if you have said that the Upanishads are like the head, abdin solitom. The Upanishads are the head, abdin sonna, there should be a body portion for the head, right? But which means we are actually visualizing the Vedas as a man here. A purushatvena tatra rupanam kriyate manasi. Tattu gamanam eva. It's only a vyangyam. It is not something that is clearly stated with words. Okay, so if it says nikhila veda purushanam uttamangopadhanataha
அப்படின்னு சொன்னா ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும்.
அப்போ வந்து இல்ல வேத புருஷானாம் உத்தமாங்கோ அப்போ ஃபுல்லா வந்துரும். You are entirely picturizing the head as Upanishads and the full body as the Vedas. You have a Purusha here who is bowing down to Vishnu. அப்படி இல்லைங்க.
Or like when we are making a clay Purusha, if only the head part we have made, rest of the body part we have not made, means that will be like that.
அதான் அதே தான் இங்க சொல்றோம். So which means in the shloka we have only given the head comparison. We have not given the entire Purusha comparison with Vedas. So which means the Rupakam is not complete. Ekadeshe eva Rupaka alankaraha vartate. Dvitiya deshe or anya deshe yatra Rupakasya avashyakata vartate satu gamyate eva. Is that clear?
And then what is the paraspara ashraya abhavat?
அது வரை அடுத்தது வந்து பாதஹா கமலம் இவ. பாத கமலம் இதி உபமா அலங்காரஹ. Okay, the feet are like lotus feet. இது வந்து it is the feet is like lotus, so you have an upama alankara here. But this
uttarpada alankara, right?
அது yeah, correct. But this upamana uttarapada alankaraha வந்து கிடையாதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். கர்மதாரய சமாசம்.
I know it's only in the samasa time it is like that.
ஆமா. So what we take, this upama alankara does not depend on whether Veda Purusha is there or whether Upanishad is Uttamangam or not. This is separate from that Rupaka alankara. So ubhayoho paraspara ashrayasya abhavat. None of these two alankaras depend on each other for explaining itself. Like the earlier shloka, unlike the earlier shloka. Right?
So
where
Tilatandulati.
This is Tilatandula Nyayam, so it is called Samsrishti. In the earlier shloka, when we said Danujaha eva Shalabaha eva Acharanti iti chet, tatra, why are they called as Shalabha? There is an expectancy of a fire there for it to go and fall. So those two depended on each other. Whereas here, there is no dependency of that sort. So these two alankaras exist on its own. Paraspara ashrayasya abhavaha. Ashrayaha nasti.
பாதஹ கமலம் இவல் என்ன சொன்னீங்க? It's not உபமித சமாசம். என்ன சொன்னீங்க?
உபமித சமாசம் வர்றச்சே வந்து உங்களுக்கு உபமான பூர்வபத சமாசமா இருக்கணும்ல?
கரெக்ட்.
மேகஷ்யாமஹன்னு சொல்றப்போ இப்படி வரும்.
அது வந்து so அது என்ன ஆகும்னா you are actually upamanam, if the upamanam is the purva padam, then the second padam should be the samana dharma.
Correct.
மேக இவ ஷ்யாமஹ மேகஸ்ய ஷ்யாமத்வம் இவ ஷ்யாமத்வம்
வர்த்ததே தத்ர இதி. So that's how it should come. Whereas padakamalam is a very common usage everywhere.
So
என்ன பண்றது?
So but அதுக்கு எக்ஸ்பிளனேஷன் என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க?
அதெல்லாம் எக்ஸ்பிளனேஷன்லாம் எனக்கு தெரியாது. இது வந்து அங்கங்க you take it as ரூபகம் பாதம் பாதஹ ஏவ கமலம்னு யூஸ் பண்றாங்க.
இது the மயூரவியம் ரூபக சமாசா.
ரூபக சமாசமா எடுத்துக்கணும் இந்த இடத்துல. ஆனா அவர் வந்து உபமா அலங்காரஹன்னு அப்பே தீக்ஷிதா has given this.
Okay.
Usually if it is the upamana uttarapadam, then it is the அது என்ன வையாகரண கசூச்சி அந்த மாதிரி தான் சொல்லுவோம். It's a nindayameva tatra upamanasya uttarapadatvam.
இந்த தாமரை போன்ற கண்களுக்கும் சொல்றா இல்லையா?
ஆமாமா, எல்லாத்துக்கும் நம்ம யூஸ் பண்றோம் இந்த மாதிரி. ஆனா there is no வியாக்கியான, there is no சூத்திரம் to justify these things. So we just take it as something that is there in practice.
They have some discussion.
ஏதாவது லூப் ஹோல போட்டு எடுத்துக்க வேண்டியதுதான் அது.
Loophole, ஆமா.
Mahodaya, like sometimes the like one small deepam is there and all the vittil, all the shalabhaha come and fall on it. So like they just like so many of the vittil pooch, the shalabhaha come at the same time and they fall, and then the entire flame itself gets blown out. Okay.
சொல்லிட்டாங்க முன்னாடி. உங்க டவுட் பார்த்து
அது எப்படி இப்ப என்ன சொல்வேன்?
This is another, so that's why I was trying to Shalabhayitam is not totally going to be like that, right? Because this is Anastamana Surya Iva, right? Vishnu, even if thousands and billions of Rakshasas
நீங்க ரகுவம்சம் படிச்சேளோ இல்லையோ? ரகுவம்சம் படிச்சேளோ இல்லையோ? அதுல வந்து எத்தனையோ ராட்சசா இருந்தா கூட ராமஹா ஏகாக்கி இத்தனை பேர் ராட்சசாலா இருந்தாலும் ஏகஹா அப்படி என்ன பஹு திருஷ்யத்தைங்கிற மாதிரி வந்ததோ இல்லையோ ஒரு ஸ்லோகம், அந்த மாதிரி எடுத்துக்கோங்க. அதனால there will never come a state where the moths will come and destroy the இது.
No, that is what I'm saying. So that is a difference between Mahavishnu and the normal Agni. And so is there like that is only one Vyatireka is there, means can't we put anything?
இதெல்லாம் அப்படிலாம் சொல்ல முடியாது இந்த இடத்துல. அவ்வளவு, because you are over extending the meaning of that shloka. You are going too much beyond what is actually said, and அது வந்து போட்டு சார பிழிஞ்சு எடுத்து அதுக்கு மேல சக்கை தான் இருக்குங்க, ஒண்ணுமே இல்ல அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கு.
Okay.
சரியா? Okay, someone is at the door and I have